Hi, it's OpenStormCastle.com, and here on YouTube, you know me as Epic Fantasy. This is my latest video. See, I'm wearing my safety glasses here. This is a video on how to make a little office supply crossbow. Thing's crazy strong, really shoots. There's a little bolt. That's a straw. Popsicle sticks, a couple of pencils, tape, and a rubber band. And let me see, let me load this thing. Really fires long distance. Went into the other room, bounced off the wall. Fun project. But listen, if you make this, never ever point it at your little brother or your little sister or another person, all right? Just shoot at targets. You can put an eye out with this thing, even though it's just a straw. It's very powerful. Fun project. Just needs a few basic supplies, right? And it's very strong. It really shoots like crazy. Let's take a look at the dragon. If you haven't seen it already, that's, I don't know yet what his name is. I'm thinking about El Guapo. Maybe that's El Guapo. Let me know if you think El Guapo is good. So, that's it. Be safe with this thing. Don't hurt anybody. Have fun making it. If you do make it, send me pictures. Lots more stuff on my website at stormthecastle.com. Lots of stuff here on my YouTube channel, over 500 videos. Having a lot of fun. Got a lot of stuff coming up. Thanks for watching. We'll launch into the introductory video, and then we'll launch into how to make a little handheld crossbow. Go for a headshot. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and treasure stays, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees, and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, model rockets, animation. I teach the art of real creation. StormTheCastle.com. Let's make something. Okay, take yourself 4 pencils and wrap them in tape. And cut the ends so it's just taped pencils. Now on 2 of the pencils, wrap an extra piece like this, a nice thick piece, about 3/4 of the inch from each end. Both ends of each pencil, that only shows one end of each. And then take those 2 and tape them together like this. This is the bow section of your crossbow. See, it looks just like that. See how there's 3/4 of an inch on the end exposed? That's so the rubber band goes right in between the pencils. So now let's make the handle unit. Take 2 popsicle sticks, craft sticks, whatever you want to call them. Put them side by side. Glue a little piece of cardboard on there just like this. And then take 2 cut pieces of the popsicle stick and jut them out the end just like this. See, that makes this, I'll show you that. That makes like a little tongue section that will go right inside the other piece of the crossbow. See, they stick out like that? It's like a little connecting unit. Then put another little piece of cardboard. See, we're making the handle here. And that's cereal box cardboard. That ends the top of the handle. Now let's work on the bottom end of the handle. And I'm going to speed this up just a little bit. Put a piece of cereal box cardboard. Then put a piece of popsicle stick sideways. And you actually want it to jut out both sides a little bit extra. It makes like the butt of the handle. It's kind of nice. See how it's a little too long? That's kind of nice. And then put a piece of cereal box cardboard. Now 2 more pieces of popsicle stick and we've got our handle. So there's kind of 4 parts to this. There's the handle that we're working on now, the bow part, the main body piece, and the trigger piece. Now when you're gluing all this stuff, before you tape it, you don't have to let it dry 100%. You can go ahead and tape it. But you have to let this thing dry before you use it or it'll just fall apart on you. It needs to be strong. See, there's the handle. Looks good. And see how there's a slot there? The trigger will actually fit right inside that slot. And now let's make the unit. So put some glue on your tabs there that you made. Put them right between 2 of your taped pencils. And then tape this thing up. See, it looks like a little pistol. Go crazy with the tape. You really can't use too much tape. And if you cover up that slot, that's okay. You can open it up later with a little knife. Not bad for a few pencils and some popsicle sticks and a rubber band. Fun little project, little handheld secret crossbow. Now let's put the bow part on it. Now lay this down like this with the handle sticking up, and you glue that bow down like this. Don't put it on the other side. It won't work that way. You'll see why. So lay it like this and then lay that bow across it with tape, with glue, and then go ahead and tape it right up nice and strong. You want this thing to hold. The rubber band puts pressure on that, so you want it nice and strong. Now, alternatives, if you don't have masking tape, you probably can use electrical tape, maybe duct tape. Now let's make the trigger mechanism. It's just like this, 3 pieces of popsicle stick side by side. Use a carpenter's wood glue if you have it. That's the best for this kind of a thing. And then you cut a slot. That slot is actually about 2 inches from the very end of the crossbow, the back end of the handle. Cut a slot and fit the trigger handle in there. Now you don't have to make the trigger for this crossbow. You can just fire it manually if you want to, if the trigger gives you trouble. But see, the trigger goes in like that and it slides between the gap in the handle. See, slides right in there, it's kind of nice. So let's make the guide for the bolt. Wrap a piece of cardboard, cereal box cardboard around a pencil, not too tight, it can be loose. And then tape it up nice. It makes a little cylinder, like a pipe. There you go. Looks good. The bolt travels through that. And then glue it down to the front of your crossbow. Just like that. And then tape it. We're almost done here. We just got to finish it up. Looks good. Thing about electrical tape or masking or duct tape is it's kind of tricky to paint. The masking tape is a little bit easier to paint if you want to paint this thing. Let's put the rubber band on and get this thing going. There you go. Now you know why you have that 2 pencil assembly like that. You put in like that and you put it in like that. And you can experiment with rubber bands to try to get the strength that you want. And then put a piece of tape, a nice wide piece of tape right in the center of those rubber bands. Tape them together. That's the part that hits the bolt and sends it flying. Think of it as a little pouch. It's not really a pouch, but see, like that. There you go. See how it fits on the popsicle stick? And then when you twist it, it slides right off. Good, looks good. I like it. Let's make our crossbow bolts. They're just straws and Q-tips. And a really wonderful thing about this with the Q-tip setup is you make yourself a little bit of watery paint. You can dip them, and then when it hits the target, it leaves a mark. So you can judge your shooting. Put some glue in there and put the half Q-tip in there so the puffy end is sticking out. Just like that. It's a wonderful little thing. And put glue on the other end of the straw. That's very important because the rubber band's going to be hitting that pretty hard. It needs to be strong. You have to glue the other end, the back end. And there's your crossbow bolts. Make as many as you want. And I'll show you something here just to have a little bit of fun. You can also make a quiver for your bolts. Clear off any excess around the edges because it has to slide neatly through the tube you made. If it's too big, it won't slide through the tube. Just consider that. You might want to try the bolts in the tube to make sure they slide smoothly. You don't want to get stuck in there. Now cut yourself a plastic cup. The bottom end of the cup you can use for your paint. Top end of the cup you can make a little quiver. You know, so slice it, tape it, Put a piece on the bottom of it. I'll show you a little bit of that. Right, tape it because the cup's kind of thick, so we sliced it like that to make it, you know, narrower. And there you go. You have a little quiver for your bolts. Make as many as you want. Make different colored ones. Paint everything up a nice wood color brown, including the crossbow and the bolts. Maybe put some designs on there, and you get bonus points if you can tell me what video game that symbol is from. That's it. If you have something to seal this up with, seal it up, like a gel gloss medium or something like that, just to preserve it and to keep the paint off your hands. So let's take a little test shot to show you how that goes. It goes like that, and then when you pull on that trigger, it slides off the popsicle stick and hits the bolt. Very nice. I like it. If you make this project, send me a picture. So dilute some red paint with water, and you can dab your bolt in there. And then when you hit your target, it shows you exactly where you hit it. Have a competition, see who does the best. And try different distances. Like you saw in the earlier when I shot that dragon from about 20 feet away. Make yourself a target. And there you go, have some fun. Very nice. There's a lot of goop on there, it sticks to the target. It's kind of fun. And that shot was without the trigger, so you can fire it either way. So let's look at a few other projects. There's the Spider-Man web shooter, the rubber band gun, the ballistic knife, and the butterfly knife. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. StormTheCastle.com.